Well, what do you have for a question? We'll at least knock that out.
Okay. What do you know about the articles that are coming out with the water situation in new bills?
Well, I know that the governor has limited water, but the builders are finding ways around it. That's about all I know on it, but I can do some more research if you like.
Well, this is like the second or third person that's questioned me on it.
So they're looking to buy, but they're afraid that they can't get water, or what?
Uh, no, no, it's more at this point selling. I'm going to probably be listing a property out in Sun City Festival, and it's listed with a different agent right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the one of my agents in California referred them to me because they're canceling their listing. And she asked that question. She said that the agents told her that one of the issues with someone buying their property was that the builders were going to have to slow down their building because of the water.
Yeah, I think future builds they're having to be more careful with it, but I don't think it's prohibiting a resale. In fact, if anything, it would drive demand up for the resale if the builds are going slower.
And that's what I thought. But you know, Art, everything that I haven't gone to any meetings for about 6 months. But for a while there was two or three, and they were saying we really don't have a big issue with water because we have so much groundwater. And then
Well,
we're
that's
not even
I
taking what we need from the Colorado River.
yeah, I think that may just be a seasonal thing. Actually, overall, I think we're still in a drought zone. Let me check and see. I'm Googling something here.
I read a couple of articles, but I'm like, do I take it with a grain of salt? Is it actually becoming an issue?
Well, as I attend the broker forums, nobody's bringing it up as an issue at this point. I would think that there would be a great alarm if that were the case.
And so what it's doing is just scaring people.
Yeah, I've not even heard anyone else questioning it at this point.
Like I said, I have had two different clients now question me on that.
Okay, I can do some additional research on it and get that out to you.
Yeah, I just was curious if anybody else had had, any issues. I'm sure it's the effect it's going to be, at least in the West Valley, would be on your outlying areas.
Uh-huh.
Everything along 153rd and Grand, out to Sun City Festival, whatever that new area is, it's going on behind the white tanks, and then all the building that's going around the chip plant out there.
Yeah. Nate will be joining us as well here in a few minutes.
Nate is just getting on. Yep, and he's listening in. Can we repeat the question one really quick?
Yeah, a brief summary is that the clients are hearing things that new builds are having more trouble getting water, and Debbie wants to know if that'll affect any of the existing sales. And I don't believe that's the case, and I haven't heard any broker forum chatter on it regarding any issues, but that's where she's asking.
All right, so let's look at the reality of this. You could take it off, put on the camera. I think the reality of it, what article or where did you see this?
There's been 3 or 4 different articles.
Okay. Well, have you read
newspapers? Like I said to my client, I think it's clickbait.
Well, first of all, that's what I'm saying. Have you read these articles?
I did. I read them, and the governor supposedly is not issuing new permits or something. And I didn't know if anybody else had seen or heard it to delve more into it and see if it was even going to affect, or if it was even true, Nate.
Well, I mean, we've had the water, whatever that department was, in our meetings, and they didn't seem to indicate any problems. what I hear is a lot of, I'm just gonna use the term endearly because I'm stupid, is a lot of tree huggers out there are making a lot of waves for something that may or may not be true, right? It's like, I mean, I live in Vistancia. What I read and hear every freaking day on Facebook and whatnot about the chip plants and the water and Amcor and all that stuff, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't be building these things without water.
And
right?
yeah, that's my
And there's
attitude.
another, and these communities are gonna keep being built, and keep being built, and keep being built. Yeah, they're probably 100 years from now, there'll probably be no water left, but I don't see, I have not read or seen anything where any permits have been denied.
Yeah, I'll pull up, find the article, and send it to you. I just, as you, I've gone to a lot of meetings over the last couple of years with the different water companies, and people who know and saying, hey, we've been storing our groundwater. We don't even use all of our Colorado River money, our Colorado River water. They put it into the groundwater, and then all of this. I don't know if it's just political.
Possibly.
No, I mean, we all know how
I mean, I subscribe to the Phoenix Business Journal, I think that's a decent form of information,
Mhm.
and I don't subscribe to any other newspapers, but I do see stuff on Facebook and stuff, but I have not heard, I listen to KTAR almost every day, and that would probably be a hot topic they would talk about. And I've not heard that
Okay.
any permits have not been issued.
Okay. I thought I'd ask.
And
I said,
I'll take it on to do a little more additional research and see what I can find on it.
Okay.
yeah, like I said, I saw two different articles on it. It's been a bit, but the thing that brought it to the forefront was, like I said, I have a client right now who is going to have me list their property out in Festival when it expires, in the 55 plus, and she was questioning it.
Well, and so what is she questioning? What is her
How
concern?
is it, how it's going to affect, basically she was told by the people who have it currently listed that it would be a good thing for her because then Pulte wouldn't be able to build any more spec houses, and that they were trying to get rid of all of their specs before having water issues. And I told her, I says, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I said, yes, they are trying to get rid of their specs. We're coming up on the end of the year. They want everything closed out by the end of the year that they can
Right.
possibly do. And that's why.
Well, I mean, again, Pulte just has bought 1,500 acres just south of the chip plant with TSMC, right?
Mhm.
That's going, right? All this land trust is being sold. I know Vistancia, there's two pieces. DR Horton's, bought some land, and there's a meeting, I think next week. They're gonna get permits. I think everything's gonna keep going. I mean, at some point in the future, something's gonna happen, right? Either we gotta get a whole bunch of rain every day and
Right.
but at the end of the day, I can't really worry about stuff unless it's true,
Yeah.
unless it's,
And that's what I didn't, that's what, and I didn't blow it off. I did it.
Yeah.
I did address it with her, and I said, I'm going to ask. So I'm going to ask at the meeting this morning if anybody else has even heard it.
Well, I hear people complaining all the time that there's not enough water.
Yeah.
It's amazing, like in Vistancia, we have a lot of people moved in from California and other places, and it's like now they're there, they don't want any more growth.
Right. Right.
So, there's a big factor, it's my neighborhood, I don't want it to be too crowded, right? We don't have nowhere to eat, and then they open up 5 restaurants, oh, they're all junk food, you know what I mean? It's kind of like my country club, right? Everybody's whining all the time.
I just listed one in Distancia last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll go on the market later today.
Nice
Cool.
job.
Yeah.
Price it right.
410. I'm below. I'm below.
I'd probably price it at 400, to be honest with you.
Really?
I listed a house here in Arrowhead, they wanted to be 625, I convinced them to go at 600, we got 5 offers in the first few days and we sold it. We had 3 offers above list, and we sold it for cash, 15,000 above list. I don't think we would have got that same activity if we were at 610.
Okay.
You know,
The
just
comps out probably about 430, 440, which we, brought it
well,
down.
yeah, but you know what comps are? Those are old numbers. They're not reality.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I think we got several listings of Estancia that are sitting there. You know what I mean? So, and we've been through a lot of price reductions, so
Uh-huh.
just my 2 cents. And,
Okay.
you know, be able to say what we did here in Arrowhead, and it's crazy, you know, so. I haven't had multiple offers on a listing. Haven't had multiple offers where 3 of them were over list price, and one of the 3 had an escalation clause all the way up to 620.
Wow.
So, but we took the 615 cash offer, closed in 3 weeks.
I don't blame you. Cash is king still.
Yeah, and again,
Good
15
call.
up, you know. Could have got 5,000 more, but we might have had an appraisal issue, financing issue, what have you, you know.
Yeah, you don't want those.
Mary, welcome.
Hi there.
Hi.
Anything on your mind?
Well, I emailed you guys about the brokers about I have a friend in Puerto Penasco, and she's a broker there or an agent that they just merged with Remax. She's a Remax, and they just merged with Remax Legacy down there. So she sent me a bunch of her listings and asked me to advertise them. And I said, and I don't think I can put them on the MLS and co-broke with her, can I? It's a different Remax.
We,
Yeah, trying to find an answer.
I stumped the brokers.
No,
You
can't.
yeah,
You
go ahead.
cannot put it on for her. You'd have to have a signed listing agreement with the seller.
Right. It seems like a few years ago, we talked about this and saying, you can market listings from other countries if you have a
You
agreement.
can, but yeah, you just can't put it in MLS unless you
Okay,
have a signed listing agreement. Right?
but I could like advertise it on Facebook, or I told her I'd send it to all the agents in her office, anyway, because she does rentals down there and sales, and she has
Mhm.
some really nice condos, oceanfront and ocean view for like $17.50 a month. It's like you don't find that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's because their market sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I guess,
Americans are not going to Mexico right now. They're just saying, you know.
yeah, yeah. I
You won't
just,
find my butt in Rocky Point.
yeah, I know. That's pretty scary right now.
Yeah.
I've never been down there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a scary place.
I lost $200,000 in investment down there, and I'm never going again.
Wow. Was it
Yeah.
real estate?
Yeah, I bought a condo that they never finished.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And that's when $200,000 in 2008 was a lot of money.
It meant something. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like $500,000 today.
It,
Um,
yeah, and don't, you own the building, but, or
You own nothing.
the building,
own
but
nothing.
not the land, right?
Yeah,
Right.
you own nothing in that country.
Yeah.
They can take it like that, can't they?
They can.
Yeah. And that was that guy that told everybody you're idiots for buying down here. And then Tanya and I were having such a good time with our families when we first blended. And I said, okay, I'm gonna buy one. And that was the worst mistake I ever made. One of the worst mistakes, I did a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, what's in it for you to waste your time advertising for this agent?
Right, yeah, that's true.
No, seriously, you never been there, you got nothing to say about the place. I don't know if I would be involved in wasting my
Yeah.
bandwidth.
Yeah,
Agent.
she's a kind of a friend, a Facebook friend, but she was the
Again,
aunt,
what's in it for you?
right? Nothing,
What liability are you gonna,
not
somebody
much,
sees your thing, goes down and buys something and say, well, Mary, advised me to buy down there, and it goes wrong.
right? Not unless she gives me a referral fee. I
Well,
guess.
again, that you need to establish that first, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Just thought I'd check.
Yeah. If it was me personally, I would steer clear from it.
Yeah, okay,
Keep your life simple.
yeah, exactly.
Our life is crazy enough as it is.
Yeah. Uh,
All right, what else we got?
I got a couple simple things
Okay.
Okay,
if we don't have anything else. This was one of them. I'm going to share my screen. Let me share share, working on it. Screen 2. And I'm going to drag this in. This is looking at the contract. And it says here in.
we see nothing.
Or
Oh,
we're seeing the wrong screen.
okay.
You had it up. a
Oh,
minute
I
ago,
haven't
didn't
said
you?
share yet. How about that?
No, you're sharing, yeah, we're seeing your.
Okay. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to click the button. So this is a
Yeah, you
purchase
have that.
this is a purchase contract.
Right.
And right here on these lines, let me see if I can, there in the blue, it says that the buyer shall immediately notify the seller of any changes in the loan program, financing terms, or lender description in the pre-qual form attached here to, or the LSU provided in 10 days after contract acceptance. And then it goes on and says that basically if there's any adverse effect for the seller, that we have to have their buy-in. We all know that, right? If we change a loan program and it makes a change of more than that day or that dollar, we need to have buy-off on the other side. Everyone know that and agree?
It's been around forever, yeah.
Yeah, it has. So the question is, and I had not heard this before, this agent came to me and they said, well, I notified him on a LSU. I told him that we're changing loans on the LSU. And he quoted this paragraph as saying right here, it says, any changes in the loan program, financing terms, or lender described in the pre-qual or the LSU. And so he says, I use this to tell him. Well, the other side said, well, I didn't look at the LSU. I didn't know that you were changing the loan. And our side's argument was, well, we're not making a change in the dollar or the day. So that's, it's moot to you, actually. This is informational, and this is your notice. So I had to call a legal hotline and say, hey, is that really true? Because it depends on right here, right there, if there were a comma, I would say that all three of these items, changes in loan program, financial terms, or lender, could be described in the pre-qual or the LSU. But without that comma there, I just see that it's any changes to the loan program, financial terms, or this whole piece, lender. So if there's a change in a lender, you could describe it in the pre-qual or the LSU. So I said, which is it? Can we or can't we? And they said, oh, absolutely, you can do it. It's not probably the most preferred. If you're going to if you're going to try and inform them by using the LSU or the pre-qual that you're changing the loan, you should probably include it in an email to point it out as well. Hey, here's an LSU. Be aware that we're changing to FHA or whatever. So just wanted to let you know, has anyone ever done that before? Made the change to the loan and informed them through the LSU?
I think it happens all the time. I think sometimes we don't even know, right? That it changes because nobody's informed us, you know, the LSU might have been the only document that was updated, and sometimes they're not updated with the changes, you know,
Okay.
so.
Okay, yeah,
But
good to know.
I think the best thing is you have a phone call with the other agent and have an open line of communication. And, you
Yeah.
know, best thing would be an email, say, hey, you know, we switch lenders from John Smith at XYZ to Model Mortgage, Tina Powers, and, you
Yeah,
know, and inform them.
yeah, good, good, good. Yep, so that was one of them. Another one that I ran across in the last couple of weeks that's significant is, let me see if I can find it. Has to do with pool. I'm
Would
gonna do a search.
would an email to the other agent to also suffice? Saying, hey, we've changed our loan.
Yeah, you wanna keep it as warm as you can, but an email could
Nothing's
do
gonna
it.
change. We changed lenders because we got a better rate. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta disclose one way or the other.
So here's another one that's came to my attention. We haven't been paying a lot of attention to houses with pools lately, but this particular paragraph, I don't know, it keeps popping that black box up, but just right above the black box there, it says that, let me find it, the very last sentence, it's actually right here. If the pool contains, I mean, if the premises contains a swimming pool, the buyer acknowledges receipt of the Arizona Department of Health Services approved private pool safety notice. Well, it would indicate to me that if there's a pool on the property, somebody needs to let the buyer see this document called Arizona Department of Health Services approved private pool safety.
Pull up the seller disclosure or the buyer advisory.
It's not in there, but I'll pull it up. Give me a sec.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask you. Is that not in
Yeah,
there?
it's close.
used to have a
It's really, go ahead.
We used to have a form that
Well,
we had a buyer sign if there was a pool.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
a
Well,
document that had to do with the pool fence provision if they had children under the age of 6 living in the house.
Yeah.
right, right. And
Which
and
is-
I'll
which is
address that
different.
in a second. What am I going after here? The the buyer
Buyer
advisory.
advisory.
Oh,
That one used for leases?
I don't have it in there. I'll be darned.
No, that was.
It's not one of our highlighted forms. So when you go there, it'll take me just a second to get it. Hold on. Okay, almost there.
And it doesn't say whose responsibility it is to give it to the buyer either.
Right. Have that discussion while I'm off doing this. So
Yeah.
how as a seller do we provide that? Would putting it in the MLS be enough for you?
You mean putting it in documents?
Yeah, putting it into documents of the MLS.
Yeah.
So that's a good way as a seller. If we threw it in there, that'd be a good thing, right? Now, if we have the buyer, what should we be doing? Especially if the seller doesn't provide it.
Have the buyer sign off on it.
Yeah, and there's no place to sign that form, but at least make sure that they have it. That's the thing. You know, having them initial it might be ideal. Man, I cannot talk and type.
So in the buyer advisory, it has some information about pools. Okay.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And it talks about there's 2 links. One's to an AAR online document, pool
Yes.
barrier contact information, and the other one
Yeah.
pool enclosure requirements. But it
Yes.
doesn't talk about this document that needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're thinking about that just like a broker and like I thought about it. In other words, that document's close, but it is what we'd say is no cigar, right? Here I've got the document. Let me bring it back over
We
here.
only probably closed 50,000 homes without that document, so it's interesting that we're finding this out today.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and so what I've done now is we're going to start asking for it when we figure out there's a home. I won't make it a hard and fast. or anything like that, but when we can get it, let's try and get it. So here's a buyer
Why don't you-
advisory.
Yeah, so why don't you pull up the said document that they want us to disclose, since none of us on the
Yeah.
planet have seen it?
Yeah, and as I do, that I've got that too. Hold on.
Because it's not in the buyer advisory, so we'll need to
Yeah,
bring
it's
that
not in
up.
the buyer advisory, right? So here is. I got a problem. Why is it ringing at me? Oh, right here. Cancel.
It doesn't like this morning.
So I'm going over here. So this is the swimming pool notice. Can you all see it?
Yeah.
And so if you look, it just talks about the same things. The pool enclosure, right? And like here's some of the rules. The height has to be this, no openings, et cetera, gate requirements. And it's just 2 pages long. That's the whole thing. And what I noticed is we had created a Remax form.
Which is dated 2012.
Yeah.
Hasn't been
Yeah.
updated since then.
Yeah. So like if we let me do this. I'm gonna go over to Bold Trail, and I'm gonna pull up the current form. It'll take me again just another second, but we have this form that we created called Remax Addendum for Pool Disclosure, and it basically states the same thing. So I think by doing that addendum, we are fulfilling everything in the contract in spirit, but when it comes down to the nuts and bolts, it said that we provided them this form, and really we should provide them this form, even though there's no place to sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to transactions. Let me pull this over. So I'm going to transactions. I'm pulling up my test drive.
Can you put that form into Bold Trail?
Yeah, I'm going to show you where it's at while we're talking about it here. So I'm just going to a place where I could say use a form.
The bad news, Art, is you got 2 people listening to you out of 105.
I know. Yeah, and this is a video.
If you put this out as a requirement without teaching them, it's going to create a headache.
Yeah, so that's why I'm easing into it. So I did this.
I know you.
Yeah, it's got a video. It's got a video that should have came out Sunday, but I think there might have been a mix-up, or this weekend, but there might have been a mix-up in the videos. So it will come out again this weekend. I'm going to say use forms, and then we're going to select the first form. And if you come over here to company library and you just type the word pool, right? See, there's the health department notice, and here's the addendum. So this is, let's just select both of these and we'll go look at them. Next. We're not going to add a signer. So here's that same form, and it talks about how tall the fence is and all that stuff. See, here's the addendum. Oh, I thought this was Remax. It's not. I don't know who created this form, now that I remember. See, there's nothing. It might have been transaction desk. I think this thing here might indicate it was transaction desk. I actually, go ahead.
Here, scroll all the way to the bottom.
It's an AAR form.
It's an AAR form. Stop
but
there
it
for
doesn't-
just a minute. Don't move. Don't move.
See the QR
Okay, it
code,
doesn't
hold
say
on.
AAR anywhere.
I got it.
Oh, he's checking the, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Aren't you the tricky one?
Well, it's right there for us to look at,
Yeah.
and it doesn't go anywhere.
Oh,
All right. So basically, and I'm just going to say this as the smart ass broker of the 2 of
sure.
us.
Yeah.
I've never seen this document in any transaction ever.
Yeah.
Right?
So
I've
I
never
have
seen
to,
it.
yeah,
I've never
on either side.
seen it in cross sell.
Yeah.
I've never seen it in any house I've ever sold. It's never been part of the deal. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like lead-based paint form, right? I haven't seen a lead-based paint form in, I don't know, 30 years.
I have them
talking
all the
about
time in Sun City.
The brochure?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I
there's
included,
Well,
I
that's what you
included
gotta
it
read.
all.
It says in the
Yeah.
contract that you have
You
to
have to
supply.
provide.
Yeah.
You provided the buyer of the brochure, right?
Uh-huh.
I always tell them to go to the buyer advisory, that the link's there, because they don't want the more paper.
Well, is that in there?
It used to be able to click on it and go to it.
You know, if this one were in the buyer advisory, I would accept that as provision.
Disclosure.
But it's
Yeah.
not.
No, that it's not. Let me go see if I can find that
Why don't you
buyer.
make it, why don't you make it easy and just have AAR think about adding that document since their form is requiring it? Just having a link.
You know what? That's the buyer advisory hasn't been updated in a while either, and about a third of all the links are dead. They're no longer good. I should probably just call them and have an ugly discussion with them about that.
Well, don't have too ugly because it was updated in January of 2025. So be careful what you
Oh.
ask for.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't realize it. Last time I looked was when I went to that GRI course, which was like December last year.
Well, then you were right. In December it wasn't updated, but it
Yeah.
shows here January 25.
Well, I'll go do some research on it, and that would be a fun project when I lack other things to do. So, buyer advisory follow
What are
up.
we looking for? We're looking for the lead-based paint in the I'm not seeing it in the spuds. I'm scrolling through it.
The lead-based paint document.
Yeah.
So
Debbie said that there was a link inside.
There used to be a link to it,
in the buyer advisory,
the buyer advisory.
Let's see, there is it's number 13. There's an AAR sample form. I'll open that up. That doesn't freaking exist. There we go. That's just the lead-based paint form that we use, the normal disclosure, right? That we do if the house is built prior to 1978.
250.
Interesting. Yeah, if you click on under the lead-based paint, you've got
Number 13, art section
Yeah.
13.
you've got
Thank
the form, but click on that other link and it goes to a weird place.
so
The
these
second
are
link.
these bit.lys are those, like short links.
Yeah. Go ahead and click on the second one down.
Yeah,
It's not-
look where it
it's
goes
not-
to. It doesn't go to where it's supposed to go.
It's not letting me. I don't have a hyperlink capability from here.
Let's see, and environmental hazards. Oh, well, it takes it, okay, let's see. All righty, it takes you to the screen that says consumers topics to research before purchasing real estate. And if you scroll down to lead-based paint, then it talks about like the EPA and all that stuff. It gives you a
Yeah.
lot of links, but not, I thought that it used to link. Hey, guys, sorry.
So this is how I always get it. And there's all of the forms here.
Gotta love the dogs. Yeah, it does, nothing takes you to that pamphlet. It just takes you to a bunch of places you can click and talks about what it is and remediation and all that stuff.
Okay, so again, the pamphlet is, I haven't seen the pamphlet in 20 years, so it's not.
I haven't either.
So it's not in the self-disclosure statement. So it's another document that they're asking us to provide, but, and they're initialing that they either got it from us or they didn't. And there's no document.
I may have some in a box.
So just out of curiosity, do you think that I'm making too much to do of the pool thing? Maybe we should not make that the requirement?
Well, it
Well,
is in the contract,
It hasn't been a requirement in 25 years.
just the time you don't. You're gonna have some poor child drown and we're gonna be liable if we
Exactly.
do.
That went into my
That's not
mind
what that
too. Mary.
document talks about.
I've never thought about it either, but now I'm like, okay, I'm sending it right now.
I mean, I always, if I sell a pool property, I always have the discussion with the client that, hey, look, if you've got little kids, you need to put up a fence, you need to do something with the door. And I usually refer.
That's verbal. The verbal
I don't-
doesn't have,
don't
that
have the
verbal
sign.
never happens in court.
No, I know.
Those two links do take you to documents.
What's that?
It does take you to documents. It does take you to the.
It needs to
process.
take you to the form what it's asking for,
Mm-mm,
right?
no, but it does.
So
take-
there was a pamphlet, right, for the lead-based paint.
Yeah.
Right, and where's the pamphlet?
Yeah,
I'll
you
bet
have,
you can
you
still
have to
buy
This
me
is
Google it.
what it pulls up when I pull up the lead-based paint packet.
You have to Google the
That's what I'm
lead
saying.
paint document handout.
So like, if I click on,
Those aren't the lead-based.
Hold on,
documents.
I know.
That's
Hold on
not
a
what
second.
it's asking.
no, I know, hold on, but when I go into section, where am I?
13.
13,
Yeah.
lead-based paint, that's the link. This is where it takes me.
Okay, but the purchase contract says that you give them a
Packet.
brochure.
Lead-based
right
paint
here.
safety.
It either was provided or the seller shall
But
provide.
What is the document?
It's called a lead-based paint handout.
Okay, can you show me where you find one?
Okay, I'll show you. Give me a sec here.
It used to be a blue and black ink little brochure that was 3-part. Printed out.
Like that.
Oh,
Am I not? Am I still sharing?
Yeah, that's it.
You are, but I was moving around on my side. Yep, there you go.
That's it.
And where do we get this wonderful document?
Well, I just Googled, if you, let me back up one more.
You know what, Art, can you save that and can we put it in the company forms or company resources section?
Yeah, let's look. It might be there already.
It's not, it's
okay.
not in our company library currently.
Okay, yeah, I'll make sure I get the most recent one and throw it out there.
Perfect, you're the best, thank you.
Yeah, because if you Google it, there's several of them.
Yeah, there's various years, and there's
Yeah,
one in Spanish.
Yeah, and the point I'm making is, if nobody's ever seen it,
And we've never.
and we never used it.
Yeah.
It's good
We
that
had-
we have it, but we need to have access to it.
Because you're kind of isolated because you have Christine. I should check with Christine and see if she does, but
She doesn't. I'm
okay.
telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you. I haven't seen one of these documents in 20 years. They used to
I-
be. in
I supply
August.
Yeah. I supply it on every house I sell that's that age or older.
And where do you get it?
Well, I just stored it on my local computer, but where I just showed you, I just go to the EPA
Yeah.
and see here's March 2021. One, different layouts, and there's one even in Spanish.
So you print that out and give it to them?
No, I just included in the electronics.
The link.
Yeah, when I just make it a document that I include, I upload it and include it in a document.
Can you email that to me? Because I can't find it.
Yeah, just go to Google and type right here. I just typed lead-based paint booklet.
I did.
Debbie, we'll email it out to you, and you too, Mary.
Yeah.
We'll email it out to you guys
There
so
it
that way you
is.
guys have quick and easy access, and then
Mine
we'll
doesn't
upload
look
it
like
into
yours.
resources.
They used,
So I just picked the second one here.
yeah, they used to have them at the Realtor Association, but that's
Mhm.
when they used to have the forms that you had to press hard because you were signing 7 pages.
Right, exactly, Mary.
Wait a minute. You're dating yourself.
Back with the one-page purchase contracts, right, Mary?
Yeah.
I remember the 3-page.
Art, another friendly add to the spuds would be able to link to that document from the buyer advisory.
Yep.
You know, it'd be powerful as if we could take the buyer advisory and just attach it to it.
Right.
We could do the same thing to the pool form, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
just saying,
know.
that could be an extra link in there that they just have access to it under pool and under lead-based paint. It'd be
Yeah.
simple.
I'll
It's
talk
probably
to,
like everything. Yeah.
I'll talk to AAR about maybe just incorporating that.
Well, would
Okay.
that satisfy our requirements in the contract?
It would.
Would.
Even though most of them don't read the buyer advisory?
Yeah, we can't
Well,
make them read.
No, I
We
know.
can-
Apparently we don't read the contract either because we haven't been supplying it.
Yeah. And you know, we can lead a horse to drink, but we can't make them water. Well, we can give them the contract. We can't make them read it.
You know, we used to give out those brochures, as a matter of fact, on every transaction. And I think
Yeah, how long ago was that?
not
Seemed
that
like
long
yesterday.
25
No,
years
that-
ago.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So for 25 years, we've all been out of compliance.
And the date on the one I'm looking at is 2001.
Mm.
Like I said, I probably have some of those. I have to go look. In fact, I
So,
don't know where they might be.
so Art, I would probably, let's try to get, alert AAR to those 2 documents and see if they have a solution coming
Good
forward.
plan. Yeah, that's a good plan. Thanks.
I'll be at the broker luncheon on Thursday with AAR and legal team, and I might ask that question. The other
Okay.
question that I'm gonna ask is one of my agents called this morning and is concerned that Zillow is putting all the listings on AI. And those listings that's a violation of the armless or all MLS documents, because when we syndicate to those venues like homes.com and realtor.com, they can't push that out of their site, and now they're pushing all listings into AI.
Yeah.
And so there's good possibility. I know, a lot of home sellers don't want that information there. Right. And we had a person last week contact us, tell us remove all the photos from MLS because they own the house now and they don't want those photos up for safety reasons.
Yeah, I think law enforcement people especially, they just don't want that information out there.
Well, think about it. Somebody breaking into your house can case your house without going.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's some valid things there, but there's some things that are happening, these big third-party aggregators,
Yeah.
so.
So I just watched a YouTube video this morning, or maybe it was on the news. It said that that the Supreme Court refused to hear the argument between Zillow and it seemed like it was the Association of Realtors, and it might have been this argument.
Well, unless you know exactly what you're talking about, don't say that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll try and find that.
Yeah, I
that
saw the
as
headlines
well.
to that too. Right.
Yeah, I'll forward it to you and see if it's even pertains. I didn't completely understand what they were talking about when they said it, but that aggregation for AI, IDX, you're allowed to forward IDX, but you can only forward it to IDX sites. You cannot, like make
Right.
it Facebook or anything else. And that would include, I would think, AI.
Right. Yeah, well, they've been importing all the listings into AI.
Wow. See, that's taken away, you know, that advantage we have right now. KB Core just created an AI search where you can just say, show me, you can type things like, show me all ranch style homes between 400 and 500,000 with big backyards and a spacious kitchen. And it'll actually parse out the ones with tiny kitchens and tiny yards. It's a huge feature. And if we've got that, that's an advantage. But if Zillow makes that free, it's going to kind of dilute that advantage that we got.
The difference is that's working within the AI inside the software.
Yes, that's
as
us.
opposed
Yeah.
to- Yeah, as opposed to pushing it outside of the
Yeah. The
Zillow
associations.
platform.
Yep.
Zillow seems to get away with anything they want to do.
It seems they have
Well,
good lawyers.
That's why I don't give them any money.
Me neither. If all the agents quit giving him money,
Yep. We can't say that though. Looks like Nate, you're taking off.
Yeah, it's time's up. We're just filling time. We only got two
Okay.
people here. There's no
Thanks.
questions. I got
Thanks for
appointments
joining
before.
in. Yeah, it was really valuable discussion. Thanks for being there.
Thank you. Bye.
have fun, Nate.
Okay, we'll wrap this up unless anyone has anything else.
No,
Well, it was wonderful that you guys participated. I can always count on you being there.
If I don't have an appointment out of here, I'm always here.
All
I'll
right.
learn something, okay?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have any questions.
Yep. And good to see you, Mary. Thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.